All right, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. It's Unc. Yeah, top of the morning to you. Wanted to come at you with a couple little things today. Nothing major, but I do want to touch on a couple of things. First off, if you can't hit that like button, subscribe button for me, make sure you get the notifications turned on for the channel here. I really do appreciate it. You know, I like to get the information out to everybody as fast as I can, especially with the emergency press conferences. So make sure you have the subscribe and the noties turned on so you don't miss out on any of that. But yeah, let's kind of dive into it and let's talk about Mr. Travis Scott for a quick second. Yesterday, right around noontime Eastern, they started getting all that Discord drama going, saying today's gonna be the day, we're gonna break the internet, and blah 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 blah. People literally wasted their entire day waiting on this drop. At this point, I think it's been 16 days since they initially said it was going to drop on the 26th. Then I think Nike said again on the 30th that it was going to drop, and it's just at this point, it's just disrespectful, man. Like, come on, Travis. Like, have some respect for the people that are following you. People literally wasted their entire day camped out on this thing, and then at about 12:30 at night, they said, "Sorry for the delay. No drop today." Honestly, that was never going to be a drop yesterday. This is just a pure troll drop, just a sheer move to generate hype around the shoe that's already got plenty of hype. I understand, I get it. I really do. You're trying to pump everybody up, get excited, get as much buzz going around your product as you possibly can. But at this point, I really don't think the sneaker world could be talking about this shoe anymore. But to do this is just disrespectful and just proves my point that Travis Scott does not care about you. My guess is that all these pairs are already on their way to GOAT. Maybe GOAT upped the ante last night and said, we'll give you, instead of giving you $500 a pair, they gave him $600 a pair. And I'm guessing those pairs are already on the way there. And if you want to find a pair of these Jumpman Jacks with the red swoosh, you're probably going to have to wait until Black Friday when GOAT does their event and just releases the endless stream of Travis Scott shoes like they always do. But at this point, if you're still in that Discord after the entire email drama where they asked everybody in the group to post their email addresses so that maybe 6 people could get pairs of shoes, and I think that's probably the only 6 pairs you're going to see released at this point. But meanwhile, everybody in the group exposed their email addresses, and God knows the amount of BS emails they're getting at this point. But yeah, people literally stayed up all day long for a full 12-hour stretch waiting on this drop. It never happened. And yeah, like I said, at this point, it's just disrespectful, Travis. Come on. Either just move the shoes off the GOAT or whatever you're going to do with them. Tell people that it's gone, or post some BS raffle where one person wins, and just get this over with. Because at this point, like, I could care less. I'm not spending another minute talking about this shoe. I'm sorry. But we did get some good news yesterday. We did finally get the medium curry restock, which thank God. Y'all know I've had my pair for a little bit now. Matter of fact, I got this one probably when they restocked in the EU last year. I did a favor for a friend, and he was nice enough to cop me a pair. So here is that medium curry from the 2023. Let me see if I can show you the production tag in here. I doubt it, but yep. Yeah, I'm not really going to get in there, but this is the production tag for it. So this is that medium curry that restocked yesterday. We finally got the shock drop from Nike. You see it's got the suede all the way around. The suede on it, I'm going to be honest, it's nothing special. It's really not. The white suede, I'm not a big fan of white suede because it's never really true white. It's got this kind of muted undertone to it. But that's it. We finally got the shock drop yesterday at 12 o'clock. I was fortunate enough to catch my double up because I kind of put some miles on this pair already, and I want to have a backup one because this is probably one of my top 2 dunks of all time. I love this shoe. But yeah, at about maybe around 9 o'clock, I think it was, maybe, yeah, about 9 o'clock in the morning, we started noticing some Eastern time, noticing some things that were indicative of a shock drop or some kind of drop was coming. They got unloaded, moved over to active status, and then the stock got locked. So that was kind of our first indicator. From that point, it was just trying to narrow down the timing of it. And then at 12 o'clock, we got the rip. We got the rip of about, I think it was like 14,000 pairs. That actually released a lot of success. A lot of people were able to hit their pairs. I think that's a good sign. I think that's a big sign of the resale market being down bad on this shoe because everybody knew the restock was coming. So this pair dropped from about $400 or $500 right down to retail. Some people I think have already been able to get it below retail on the aftermarket apps, which it's a good day. It's a good day for sneakerheads because this is a very, very, very clean, very beautiful shoe that was selling for a mint, and now you can get it at retail or under retail. If you didn't get your pair yesterday, don't fret, because Nike only dropped about half their bag. Nike only dropped about half of the 30,000 pairs that they had on stock, on hand. So I do think we're going to get another drop of these. I think we're going to get another drop of these, hopefully by the end of the month. A lot of people are saying May 30th. I'm not 100% sold on that date. To my knowledge, that's the date that's been floated for the EU. So we'll see if that date holds true for the US. But right now, it's a little too early to say. But like I said, if you didn't hit the shock drop yesterday, don't fret. There is another drop coming from Nike, and you got all the boutiques starting to run them out. There's been a handful yesterday. Actually, there was a good amount yesterday, a handful the day before, and you're probably going to see a few more coming out the days coming. So pay attention to your Shopify monitors or whoever you get your information from for links and alerts on boutiques. Tyler Sneaks on Twitter is a good one to follow. He posts a lot of information about the boutique stuff, in particular shop app drops. So make sure you're checking in with that, and you can definitely get your hands on a pair of these. And if you can't, then you know the resale market will probably be under retail very, very soon if it's not there already. Speaking of pairs going under retail, I'm hoping and praying that this pair finally does, is the SB Dunk Chicago. Y'all know I've been watching this shoe like a hawk for, I don't know, maybe the last 3-4 months, maybe a little bit more since we got word that they were going to restock overseas. Yesterday, I believe it was the 8th, they got exclusive access in the EU. Seemed like a lot of people got it. A lot of people were able to touch that EU drop, and that pair again has dropped from about $400 or $500 right down to about $180, $190. And y'all know me, I don't really get into the resale much, but I am trying to approach this from a collector's perspective, which is that shoes that were once $400 or $500 are now much more palatable at sub $200, maybe even closer to retail. We also still have another drop coming for the EU. The actual drop itself is taking place tomorrow. Why is that important? No, we're not getting a drop here in the US as of now, but we've said that before, and things have changed, particularly with those medium curries. Before, it was just going to be an overseas drop. Now here we are, we got them here in the US. They said the exact same thing about the Chicagos. They drop in the Asian markets, they drop in the EU. Nothing scheduled for the US, but that can absolutely change at a moment's notice. But why do these overseas drops matter? Because those overseas drops matter because those people who hit their pairs flood the apps. They flood GOAT, they flood StockX with all those pairs, and they ship international. So that means that just leads to the undercutting battle for us here in the US who want to get our hands on a pair. I wouldn't be surprised to see this pair get down to $150 somewhere in the near future. So that's one that I'm really keeping my eyes on. I'm hoping I'm going to hit up Trade Block for it, or be able to touch a pair at a reasonable price, because that's one that I've had on my want list for a real long time. So if you're looking for the SB Dunk Chicago, tomorrow is the actual EU release on the 10th. My guess is that in the days coming, you will see that pair drop down even further because there's a decent amount of stock to go around. But don't take my word for it. I'm not giving out financial advice. You want to pull the trigger, do your research, find out what's good for you, and make your move. As far as drops coming up, we know that we still have the NOCTA Hot Step 2s today on the sneakers app. I apologize. Yesterday I misspoke. I said that they were coming out on Friday. That was an accident. I was just a little bit sleepy still in the morning. So that all-white pair is coming out today on the sneakers app. Real limited. There's only like, I think less than 5,000 pairs going around. And then tomorrow you have the design by Japan Vomero 5s. Really cool looking shoe. Got that old school swoosh that Off-White used originally, and that is really slim. Only about 2,000 pairs of those. It is a women's size shoe, so if you are going to go for it, be careful. It does have extended sizing all the way up to the 16, but I would really hate to see somebody not realize it's women's sizing, get this super limited shoe only to have it be extremely tight on them. So good luck with that. And then after that, on Saturday, what do we have? We have the Shadows, the OG Low Shadows, another really clean looking shoe, JD and Finish Line that EA for those yesterday. You'll probably see another round of it today or Friday. But again, I said this yesterday, folks, I think you'll be able to get this pair under retail sometime before the end of the month. So check it out. If you're looking for it, that'll be the pair to go for. And we're still keeping an eye out for the CPFMs. We're hoping to see them sometime by the end of the week with some sort of shock drop on the black and white pairs, but that remains to be seen. So stay tuned in. Make sure you're sub. Make sure you got the noties turned on, and I'll get that info out to you as soon as I possibly can, if it comes. That's it for today. I'm going to sign off. Saying peace. Thank you.